Sunday, Ask Susan, Sunday Live, the place to be for all your questions. And today we're playing with whose list is that anyway? Well, I had an awareness, this week, and it has to do with how many people are living their life according to somebody else's list. List of to-dos, list of to-bes, list of what success is. Hey, Mike, welcome, welcome. Hey, Mike, yay. Let's just hold on a second, let the algorithms kick in as everybody's popping on, let people know we're going live. I'll repeat what I just said. Hey, Sakshi, welcome, 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 welcome. We have an international crowd here. Hey, Sushi, welcome. Pardon me. I have a bit of a cold, so excuse my coughing. Let people know where you're coming from. Oh, I like all the hearts already. We're rolling. Hey, Dee, welcome, welcome. Hey, Max, welcome, welcome. Everybody's popping on. Good morning, good morning. So glad you're all with me today. This is an interesting topic, as they all are, and it has to do with whose list are you living your life with, to, from, for, right? Hey, Kimberly, welcome, honey. I had this awareness in talking with clients this week and doing my own reading and research. How many people live their lives according to somebody else's list? Hey, Patricia, right? Whether it's how you live your life, who you live your life with, where you live your life, what you've decided success is, right? I don't know about you, but when I go grocery shopping, I'll make a list and I kind of embed it into my head. And half the time I don't have a list. I just know what's required. And then it shifts and changes in my mood, what I feel like cooking, what the smells are, what the textures are, and how I'm going to incorporate that into my day. And then list is over. It's finished, right? I'm so looking forward to this. Thank you, Sakshi. So how many of you have a list of the book you're supposed to write, the song you're supposed to sing, the person you're supposed to marry, the weight you're supposed to be? You get how heavy all of that is, right? So the truth is, are you living your life according to somebody else's list, right? Because truth, don't you actually get done what you require to get done? Sakshi says so true. I mean, you know, how many times have I told you all I'm cleaning my office, right? So I clean it a little bit, but it actually works for me. It's not on my list. I'll come in, I'm like, okay, now's the time. Following my energy, following my knowing, right? So how many of you have actually put your knowing over there on the shelf as you go through your list? And the thing about a list too is how much do you change every day, every month, every year? How much do your needs change, your desires change, your awarenesses change? Hey, Megan, welcome. Right? And yet you go back to that same list. As if you cover that list, if you get that done, you'll be someone better, someone greater, someone more valuable. Right? The truth is you have everything there in you. Right? You have all of this. So everywhere you're using a list as a way to validate you, as a way to monetize you. Actually says thank you for that. Hey, Teresa, right? As a way to, I was talking with somebody recently about some coaching I'm doing and, you know, how I'd like to streamline and what I see as possible. And the information that came back to me was monetize, blah, 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 ba, ba, ba. It was just like boom, boom, boom. And I listened to it because I tape everything. And I was like, wow, that's actually not my list, right? I live in abundance. I always have. Right? I chose this life, this body, and I chose this world as abundance. And to me, to divide something up and make a decision or a choice or a judgment that this is working or isn't working based on the money that's coming in, that's actually not my reality. So that's not on my list, right? So what is on your list that you've decided you can't live up to, you can't live down to, you can't be, right? Rather than just being in your knowing. Now, as you all know, this is not a dialogue or monologue, it's a conversation, so come on in with your questions and let's see what we can shift and change together. The truth is, you are made from the universe. You are abundance, right? So everywhere you have a list of things you have to be better at, things you have to, I would say be better at. What are you saying to you about you? And what are you telling the universe about how you create and what you create with? And are you acknowledging that you change and shift all the time? I'll give you a great example. Today I came downstairs and the dog had pooped and peed all over the floor. Hey, Tammy, welcome. Oh, I got some hearts on that. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. Hey, Catherine, this is interesting. So I go and get sponges and paper towels and all kinds of stuff, and I'm cleaning it up. And as I'm cleaning it up, I realized how different I am from who I was maybe even 5 years ago. How my heart just opened up to this dog, and I was so grateful the dog hadn't pooed and peed on the rug. Right? So, and all of a sudden I stopped, and I acknowledged me. And I was like, wow, look how much I've changed. Right? Not that there was anything wrong with me before, but as I'm doing research and I'm reading and I'm reaching out and my awareness with consciousness and playing with all kinds of beings out there, I noticed that my heart is opening up to more of gratitude, more of just acknowledgement, right? And it's those little bits of gratitude and acknowledgement that nurture you. So if you go back to your list, oh, I didn't get this done, I should have got this done, I better sign up for this to get that done, to be that, to do that, to have that. You see, there's no acknowledgement for who you truly be. Now, we've got some questions. Sakti, can you talk about getting over doubt? Hey, Eva, welcome, honey. Okay. Well, here's the truth. Doubt isn't real. Right? Doubt isn't real. Were you raised in Hayadama? Were you raised with a family who did not acknowledge your knowing? When our knowledge is not, our knowing is not acknowledged, when we're really little, we're told to doubt ourselves. See, doubt isn't real. It's a way that people have to connect to people, which isn't real, right? So did you ever come in as a little child and say what was true for you or what was going on, and somebody said, prove it to me, or I doubt that. I doubt that person said that to you. Now, someone is telling you this who tells you, I also love you, and I'm the only person who will tell you what's right or wrong about you. So you live with that quote-unquote doubt as if it was real or true. You live with you as if you're not enough. So I'm going to challenge you, Saki. Would you be willing to shift the word doubt into, what are you sensing? Right? Because we're sensate organs. We don't just get it through here. We get it through our skin and our pores and our taste buds and our eyes and our ears. And right? We take all the information in. Sakshi said, yes, thank you. Yeah. Do you all get that? Can I get a thumbs up or, yeah, thank you. Hi, Irina. It's not true. You are this brilliant, beautiful being. Anything that has you, quote unquote, doubting you, stop. And ask yourself, if I'm choosing this avenue, this way of thinking, is this creating the future that I'm asking for? It's that simple. Yeah. It's not real. Right? There's not very much that is real. Right? Your reality is your reality, my reality is my reality. We all have different realities. Me not getting pissed off because the dog pooped and peed all over the floor might not be real for somebody else. But for me, it was like, cool, she didn't pee on the carpet. It's a good day today. Tammy says, absolutely. Yep. So now we started off the conversation with whose list is this anyway? So I might ask you, hey, Rosanna, welcome. I might ask you, is doubt on your list? Right? How many of you have a list of shame, blame, regret, guilt, doubt, less than, lacking on your list when you go to check in about you? Right? I'm not enough. I'm not good enough. Whose list is that anyway? And how's it working for you? Questions. How's this landing? Is this landing in your wheelhouse? Right? It's a really big question. Who does this list belong to? All of a sudden, I've been thinking about this and writing about it this week, and all of a sudden my mom popped in, and I said, oh my God, how much did I take this on, whatever this is, from my mom, right? From my dad. So when you want to really ask, when you're going into that list that is really created to distract you from your knowing, who does that belong to? Sakshi, I'm noticing lately that all I did and I'm doing is retelling questions to whatever they say, rebelling questions to whatever they say. So cool. Kimberly says yes. All right, hi Catherine, I see your question. So Sakshi, there's no question here. How do I change? Yeah, I love you. You just answered it. How did I change that and see what works for me? Okay, rebelling is a point of view, right? When you I thought I was a real rebel. And then I realized, oh, I actually was using that as a way to keep myself distant from people. Right? Not the action, but the definition. So everywhere you've defined yourself as a rebel, you might ask, who does that belong to? Were you ever told you were rebellious? I mean, I went through 3 high schools in 4 years. I was told, I don't know what your people do. All kinds of stuff, right? My brother went to visit me in one boarding school, and he complimented the headmaster on the dog, and the headmaster said, I wish I could train your sister like I trained my dog. Right? Just because I was who I truly be, out loud and proud, I was told I was a rebel. And so as I grew, I was like, yeah, I'm a rebel. I'm me, right? Don't buy anybody's point of view about you as real and true. So, oh, great, questions come in. Yeah, okay, cool. So, Sakshi, does that make sense for you, right? Don't rebel, just be you. And if it doesn't work for them, how can you manipulate this to your advantage? What's your target? What's your target? What's your target? Not what's your list. Start fresh every 10 seconds. What's my target here in talking to these people and being with these people? And what's my target? So how can I get to my target with total ease? How can I manipulate all of this to my advantage? Right? Is now the time? Would be a really great question. Yeah. So actually, let me know how that works for you. Catherine, what shows that my list is truly my list? Cool. I love that, Catherine. Thank you so much. We keep changing and shifting. So the book I started writing 5 years ago for a different purpose, for a different reason. Get your book out, get your book out. Okay. Now I'm more aware right now in this 10 seconds, who I be, what I be, and how I be, and what is it that I want this book to serve. Who is it that I want this book to serve? Right? What is it that I want people to walk away with? And what do I want to walk away with having written this book? Right? What is this book leading to? So it's the book, the way that I had it, is not on my list anymore. Right? I'm so grateful for the downloads. Not that there's anything wrong with what was, but we shift and change all the time. So is whatever it is honoring you? That would be my question. Is it you? Does it really stem from you? Does it open your heart? Does it give you delight? Right? Is like part of, if you might want to call it, my priorities have so shifted in the last 5 years. I have these little grand beings, right? And every time I go and, I'm going to send it to them. I'm going to pop in. I'm going to, right? Is that my list? No, that's who I be now. Different than who I be'd 5 years ago. So our lists shift and change. If it opens your heart, if it brings you the future that you're asking for, and the future that you're asking for could be in 5 minutes, could be in 5 years, right? How are you creating with what you're creating, and does that work for you? So Catherine, let me know if that works for you. Sakshi says, yes, Dee. Oh, good, there's a long one here. Susan, hi, Dee. Your share on doubt, as per Sakshi's question, is also helpful for me. Oh, thank you so much, Dee. For the past couple of weeks, I was more of a dark shadow. Blame, shame, regret, guilt, blah, 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 as choosing living. As I realized I was, again, trying to, own someone else's interpretation of a mistake she decided I made. Interesting choice for me to believe her. Thank you so much, Dee. That's brilliant. Yeah. Cool. Moving on, Dee says. I love it. Thanks, Dee. Thanks so much for that. I'm like, thank you. Absolutely. You know what I say? What people say about me is none of my business. What people want me to put on my list, it's none of my business either. Yeah, definitely. Yay, Dee. Cool. Sakshi says, yeah, good. Okay, Vanessa, welcome. There's a Seymour here. Hold on. Okay. I used to go into wrongness instead of acknowledging me when I would change my priorities list and jobs and listen to people's point of view and go to my judgment. So do you still do that, Vanessa? When you say you used to, is that something that you're still playing with? Because we play with things, right? Like the truth is, if you're traveling along with a big long list, because you're playing with it, you're playing with being a victim, you're playing with all that crap. So we play all the time. Oh, I got hearts up on that. So what are you playing with today, right? What are you playing with today? Thank you, Vanessa. Sakshi, I love this. Thank you, Susan. You're so welcome. Maureen, welcome. Catherine says thank you. Cool, cool, cool. I love these questions. Thanks so much, everybody. This is like, whew. And I love your acknowledgments and you're congratulating you. That's so paramount, right? Oh, Rosanna has a heart. Thank you so much, Rosanna. That's so paramount, is for you to acknowledge you, right? Congratulate you, acknowledge you, and ask, okay, what is it that I'd like to create with today? Who is it that I'd like to create with today, right? Like the other day, I cleaned my bedroom. Cool. Wasn't on a list. It was just, I woke up and I'm like, no, this just actually doesn't work for me anymore. And it was just a release. Throwing things away, putting books over here for the library. Boom, boom, boom. I wake up every morning. It's like, oh, yum. Right? Your list shifts and changes all the time. Don't make it significant. Right? Don't make it significant. What is it that I'd like to play with? What would I like to taste, be, do, sing? How would I like to be with that today? Right? Like Saxy, thank you. I would just acknowledge that to myself. Yay! I was going to say, I know for myself there are certain theaters I would like to go to in Montreal that's coming up. Have I done them yet? Nope. Are they in my awareness? Yep. So it's like, wow, if I actually bought the tickets, would that add to my life and living? Totally. I get that. Boom. Right? So yes, make a list of what it is that you're asking to play with, what it is that is challenging you, and then let it go. Right? Let it go. Everywhere you make you wrong for not living up to the list you wrote yesterday, would you be willing to give that up? Please. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Anything else popping for people? If not, I'm going to love you and leave you. I am streamlining, just giving you the heads up. We're going to be closing some Facebooks, getting it so I'm in my wheelhouse, and my wheelhouse has changed and it's changing. So just to give you a little bit of a heads up, we're keeping Ask Susan for sure. Right relationship for you, I'm going to ask you to come on in to Ask Susan, as what we talk about is relationships. Remember, your primary relationship is your relationship with you, nobody else, right? If it ain't working with you, babe, it ain't working with anybody else. Vanessa, wow, I chose what works for me. Yes, cool, cool, cool. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Give yourself a little happy dance. Oh, I got some thumbs and hearts on that one. Give yourself a little happy dance. Yeah. Like today, I was saying to my son, I said, oh my God, I've changed so much, right? Just in picking up dog poo, right? It's the little things in our lives that add up to so much. Don't go for that big thing and judge yourself because you haven't gotten it. Are you that kind of person that actually creates in that way? If not, change it up. See what else is possible. Oh, sorry, I'm going to take this off. For those of you who want to dig a little deeper, hey, Anne, welcome, welcome. And for those of you who are coming up on now, we're just closing it up. If you're listening to much later, press hashtag replay. I love to see that. And if you're interested in diving deeper in what is working for you and what isn't working for you, contact me, PM me, press hashtag contact, and let's see what we can change together. Sashki says, and also what can we do to keep looking and adding more? How to stay committed to the list. Cool, Sashki. I'm glad you asked that question because that isn't real, right? If again, when you get up, do you pee in the toilet or do you pee in your bed? Are you committed to peeing in the toilet? Do you make a list before you go to bed? I'm going to pee in the toilet. No, it adds to your life. It actually adds to my life to pee in the toilet, not in the bed, right? It's that simple. It's not about forcing yourself. If you have to force yourself to stay committed to anything, it actually doesn't work for you, right? You, intrinsic you, everything stems from you. You shift and change all the time. I don't have a point of view when somebody says, well, you said you were going to do this. How's that working for you? Right? I shift and change all the time. I'm going to say that loud and proud. I shift and change all the time. My list shifts and change all the time. Sometimes it's fun to make a list, right? But if you make that list your prison, I might ask, who are you being? Right? And who are you not being you for? Yeah. Who are you not being you for? Sashi says, wow, thank you. Thank you for your vulnerability. Thank you for asking these questions. It's awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah. The cool thing about a list, if you make it on paper, is you can throw it out. How does it get any better than that? Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. If there's no other questions, I will love you, leave you, and see you next Sunday. Again, if you want to dive deeper, please press hashtag contact. Patricia says, intrinsic you. I love that. Yeah. Open your heart to you. Wow. That's a whole nother discussion, right? If you're willing to open your heart up to you. Oh, I got lots of hearts and thumbs up on that, right? You will shift and acknowledge you are shifting and changing with joy all the time. Catherine says, I love that, shift and change all the time. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, go into your garden, go into a forest, it shifts and changes all the time. It's still a forest, right? It's a place to actually relax and walk through and just be present, right? There's all these goodies. Do you go into a forest and say, okay, as soon as I walk there, I'm going to relax, and then I'm going to look at the trees, and then, no, it's intrinsic. Change is intrinsic to who you be. Mike, my list disappeared after Mike disappeared. The character Mike. Thanks, Mike. I love that. Thank you so much. All right. Again, if you're interested in working with me, let me know. All right. We're moving and we're shifting. We're changing. If you're interested in 90 Days of Change, let me know. It's ongoing, shifting, changing. I love you guys. Contact me. What are your questions? See you next Sunday. And come on in during the weekend and write your comments down. I check every day. Love you. Live boldly. Live boldly. Boldly is like, yeah, that's right. I chose it yesterday, not choosing it today. Choosing something else. Live boldly, love greatly, and be that fearless leader that you came here to be. Right? That fearless leader that's going to change the world, not hide under a list of lists. Right? Woulda, coulda, shoulda. That's not you. Love you. See you next Sunday, and thanks so much for popping in. Bye-bye.